Hello, 7th and 8th grade Bobcats, Mr. Flato here. Welcome back to another week at the Helena Middle School. On this week's B.O.B Lesson, I'm going to continue talking a little bit about what I started in on last week, talking about being different and how we are all very different. And at this age, it seems like being different is something that'll set you apart, and sometimes that cannot be a good thing in terms of feeling like you're being targeted. And I've got some more videos to show you today of some famous actors and some famous people who always knew they were different growing up in their experience. Kevin Spacey's one of them. And really the message I'm trying to send today is embrace being different, embrace being original. There's nobody else on earth that is just like you, that has the same genetic makeup that is you. And a huge focus in life should be spent on not trying to be like somebody else, just trying to be the best, shiniest version of yourself. So let's get started on this B.O.B lesson. Hope you guys make it a great week. Let's finish here strong, couple weeks leading up until spring break, and then we'll get a chance to recharge and get rejuvenated, and then we will finish the year strong after that. So go out there and make it a great week at the Helena Middle School. All right, this week's B.O.B lesson is going to be titled Our Differences Make the Difference in Life. But first, let's be our best this week at HMS. Let's be safe, let's be responsible, let's be respectful, and let's be a learner.
Society likes to put things in boxes. But the important thing that I learned is to be out of the box and to be different. And being different is cool and is okay.
I was always a head taller than all of the boys in my grade. I had bigger feet than all the boys in my grade. Like everywhere I went, I was just bigger.
You cannot have this much red hair and not get bullied. I grew up in England, and redheads are not as appreciated as they are over here.
They used to call me towel head. They used to call me, they were like, Oceans, or why do you have a carpet on your head?
As a kid who was pretty different himself, I think that, what I would tell people that are individuals out there is, you're the ones who inherit the earth.
It's an asset. It's a real asset and a great thing to be different and to own it.
And it's people that are different in this world that become the stars and that raise the bar and that are the trendsetters.
People like Lady Gaga, who is so crazy and so different and so unique. And her whole message is about, being yourself and being okay with it.
Ultimately, I started to realize just how much just having dark skin was beautiful. You know what I mean? So when you start to accept the fact that you're extremely dark and black the way I am, it actually becomes better.
And once I became confident in what the very things that made me different, I started to do well. I started to accept myself for all my weirdness and for all the things that everybody made fun of.
Because it made me pursue a different way of looking at life, made me develop different skill sets than the average person, and so it gave me different opportunities.
My friends call me weird, but that's because they know I take weird as a compliment, because weird's not normal, and I like being not normal.
If you look at the great minds of our history, they were not normal types.
Who wants to be normal? I mean, you just have to be yourself, and whether that makes you tall, whether that means you love reading or playing video games or whatever it is that makes you think that you're different, that is really what just makes you you.
And it's tough, but in the end, you will survive and you will be okay. And you will have a good life. And I can almost bet you that your differentness will be what makes you special in life.
When you get out into the world, it is your differences that make you glorious.
Where I got saved and where I got lucky and where I'm incredibly blessed is that I had a whole number of friends and teachers and mentors who took me under their wing, who said just the right thing to me at just the right moment in my life when I was young, who gave me confidence in the very thing that other people would make fun of me about. I mean, I was different, and I stood out for some reason. And those things that made me stand out were those things that people wanted to make fun of. But it was those teachers and those mentors who said the right things to me at exactly the moment I needed to hear them that finally gave me confidence in what made me different. And once I became confident in what the very things that made me different, I started to do well. I started to accept myself for all my weirdness and for all the things that everybody made fun of. And once I realized that those were in fact the very things that were going to make me unique and make me special, I realized that I could maybe start a career as an actor, and I did. And I was really fortunate that those kinds of people entered my life pretty early.
All right, this week's quote of the week is, being different isn't a bad thing. It means you're brave enough to be yourself. And hopefully that's the theme that you guys got from today's Bob lesson. That brings us to this week's Jellybean Question of the Week winners, who are Jared Renner, Lizzie Johnson, Dalton Hudoba, Justin Pettit, Connor Bocher, and Hayden Mason. Come see me for some jelly beans. This week's Jellybean Question of the Week is, what body part is pronounced as one letter but written with 3 letters and only 2 different letters are used? If you think you know, get your answer into the Bob box by Friday. All right, 7th and 8th graders, let's go out and make it a great week at the Helena Middle School.